Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel Roving with English&Tech. Today we are going to learn about punctuations. So without further ado, let's get to the video. So punctuation. The word punctuation is derived from the Latin word punctum, which means the right use of putting in points or stops in writing. The following are the important stops: full stop, a dot, comma, this semicolon, a full stop and a comma, colon, two full stops, question mark, exclamation mark. Other marks in common use are the dash, parenthesis, inverted commas, or quotation marks. So first up is full stop. We use a full stop at the end of a sentence. I enjoyed the movie. This is a sentence, and we use a full stop at the end of the sentence. I enjoyed the movie. Use a full stop after an initial. M.E. Kerr is a wonderful author. M, full stop, E, full stop, Kerr. These are the initials of this person, M.E. So use a full stop after an initial. M.E. Kerr is a wonderful author. Use a full stop after an abbreviation. We welcomed Mrs. Simmons to our team. So this is actually the abbreviation for MISSUS, Mrs. So we use a full stop after an abbreviation. Use a full stop as a decimal point. The workers received a 2.1% raise. We don't read it as 2 full stop 1, we read it as 2.1. Use a full stop to separate dollars and cents. The book cost $4.95. So it can also be used to separate rupees and paise. So it can be 4 rupees and 95 paise. Use a full stop after each number in a list printed vertically. So 23, full stop, the list item. 22, full stop. 11, full stop. Like this. Comma. We use a comma after each item in a series of at least 3 items. And it has become acceptable to omit the comma before the conjunction in a series. I still need to take a test, write an essay, and check out a book. There are 3 things: taking a test, writing an essay, and checking out a book. So after we put a comma after test and after write an essay. But it is okay if you don't use a comma before the conjunction. I still need to take a test, write an essay, and check out a book. I dislike spinach, broccoli, and cauliflower. And the acceptable sentence is I dislike spinach, broccoli, and cauliflower. In the first sentence, there is a comma before the conjunction and. And in the second sentence, there is no comma before the conjunction and. Both these sentences are acceptable. Use commas after the street address and city in an address. Do not use a comma after the state. The address is 1234 Apple Street, Midtown, Kansas 98765. So Kansas is a state, and we don't use a comma after Kansas because it is a state. Use a comma after the day and the year in a date. But no commas are used in dates when using the MLA style. The MLA style is the Modern Language Association style. Connie's birthday is February 20, 1965. The MLA version, the Modern Language Association version, is Connie's birthday is 20 February 1965. There is no comma in this sentence, but in this one, the previous sentence, there is a comma after February 20. Use a comma to clarify large numbers. Counting from right to left, a comma is needed after every 3 digits This rule does not apply to years where no commas are used at all. In 1998, it's a year, so no comma. In 1998, the population of Claremont was 23,899. So this is a number. This is a very large number. So counting from right to left, we use a comma after 3 digits. Use a comma to set off an interruption in the main thought of a sentence. Rosa, of course, will bring her folding chairs. Rosa, comma, of course, comma, will bring her folding chairs. Use a comma to separate 2 or more adjectives that equally modify the same noun. If you are not sure whether to use a comma to separate the adjectives or not, say the sentence with the word and in place of the comma. If it makes sense, then use a comma. Like, Jill was having problems with the unruly, disruptive children. Use a comma after a dependent clause that begins a sentence and never use a comma before a dependent clause at the end of a sentence. Like, if Mr. Wilson complains, we'll invite him for a snack. Here, if Mr. Wilson complains is the dependent clause and it begins the sentence. So we need to use a comma after this dependent clause. We'll invite Mr. Wilson for lunch if he complains. Here, if he complains is the dependent clause and it ends the sentence. So there is no need to use a comma anywhere in this sentence. Use a comma before the conjunction in a compound sentence. However, if the 2 independent clauses are very short, you do not need the comma. We had a lot of fun, so I'll have another party soon. She spoke and I took notes. Here the clauses are quite big and so we use a comma. But this sentence, she spoke and I took notes. Here the independent clauses, she spoke and I took notes, are very short, so we don't use a comma. When quoting, put a comma to the left of a quotation mark that does not already have a period, question mark, or exclamation point. Like, Ariel said, comma, quotation mark, I knew you would win the contest. After Ariel said, we use a comma, and we use a comma before the quotation mark. Use a comma after a mild interjection, such as oh or well. Oh, the test was not that difficult. Use a comma after a noun of direct address. Cody, didn't I ask you to clean your room? Cody, it's a noun of direct address. Use a comma after the greeting in a personal letter. Dear Aunt Sheila. Dear Aunt Sheila, comma. Use a comma after the closing of a letter. Sincerely, comma, and then you write your name. Use a comma to indicate where a pause is necessary in order to avoid confusion. Sometimes rewriting the sentence is a better choice. So, after Kelly, Jennifer gets a turn. After Kelly, there's a pause. After Kelly, Jennifer gets a turn. Maria came in quite a hurry. Maria came in quite a hurry. Use comma after an appositive. An appositive is a noun or noun phrase that gives additional information about the noun that it follows. And do not use a comma after a restrictive appositive, which is one that cannot be removed from the sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. Like, Wesley, my brother, is an optician. Use a comma to set off the abbreviation, etc. I went to the store to get napkins, plates, cups, forks, comma, etc. So we use a comma before, etc. Exclamation mark. Use an exclamation mark at the end of a sentence, phrase, or word to indicate strong emotion, but never use more than one exclamation mark. Wow, wow, I never thought Mom would let us go to the concert. So you can't use two exclamation marks after wow. You can only use one. But you can use one at the end of the sentence. Like this one, wow, exclamation mark. I never thought Mom would let us go to the concert, exclamation mark. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. We'll learn more about punctuations in part 2 of this video. And until then, bye!